Hey, welcome to Your Good Girlfriends. So this week, we are talking about your good girlfriend.
Your good girlfriend.
Why in the world are we going to work for these dudes and we ain't going to work for our girlfriends? Why do we treat our relationships with our girlfriends differently than we treat the relationships that we have with these men in our lives? And should it be work? Should it be work that we putting in with these girlfriends to prove our love, to prove our loyalty, to prove that we got their back? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this work.
When I think about the work, I don't think about me having to prove my love and loyalty to them as a friend. I think about them being a piece of work to be their friend.
Wow.
To be 100% fully, honest, transparent, that ride or die, that, like I'm thinking about it in the aspect of the reciprocity of the matter.
Ooh. Well, for me, I think I look at relationships like my relationship that I first started with you, my sister, and how our relationship is. Like, Chanel and I are not always the BFFs that y'all think we are. Like, she gets on my everlasting nerves sometimes. And because our worlds are so different, we often clash, but we also come back. We are able to condition our relationship and say, okay, you got on my nerves the other day, and this is why.
A choice. I feel like people out here, when they're given a choice,
but
we don't have a choice because we're sisters.
Not necessarily, because there's sisters out there who nuck if you buck, and then they don't talk for years.
I know.
But the thing is that we have an understanding that, okay, this is my sister, and I love her, and blood is thicker than water. Because that's where our family has developed that relationship, and that's the core of me. And that's what I'm telling you, that my relationships with women have started, my relationship with you, because you and I are 2 years apart. And Dad has always told us that your first friend is your sister. Your first friend is your sibling. And you should love your sibling the way you would love any friend. And your blood is thicker than water, because at the end of the day, when your friends are gone and they've left you, all you got is your sister. And that's how it should be, but that's not how it is in most relationships with siblings.
Right.
Some siblings don't talk to each other, but for us, I learned how to be a really good friend through you, because we fall out often, but we also come back and communicate and say, you know what, girl, okay, so the other day you really tried me. You really tried me, but at the same time, I really want you to understand that I'm a mom, and I know that you don't know that I know how to do this, and that, but I need you to understand where I'm at. And then I'm like, okay, Nikki, you're right. Or Chanel.
But that's work.
That is right? Work. And are you willing to put in that work with a girlfriend? And that's what I'm trying to say, that I learned how to be that through you, because I would not understand that if I had a girlfriend that was in your position. Will I be willing to fight as like I fight for you because you're my sister? And would I be willing to fight for you if you were my man?
But is that the determining factor of whether or not that person is a friend, is whether or not you feel like you could fight for them or not?
Yes, I feel like there's a lot of women out here that feel like when the times get tough, when times get rough, when you was friends and y'all was pop locking and dropping and it was all fun, but it ain't no more, because girl, you got too much drama. But that dude, he got drama. He done did this, he done that, he done stole, he done lied, he done cheated. But girl, wait a minute. But he good though.
Yeah.
But why aren't you doing that for your girlfriend?
Right.
Why aren't you saying, but she's a really good person, and I know she means well.
Yeah.
And I know that she's really a good.
Yeah.
Why do the principles change when it comes to your girlfriend?
Yeah. I feel like because when we're in a relationship, we are seeking something, and I feel like that person is able to give us something that we are seeking. Whereas with a girlfriend, we could be possibly, desiring or wanting to have, a friend, a confidant, somebody that you can kick it with, roll with. But I feel like that desire or that want for that girlfriend is different than that desire or want for a man.
Yes, that's no.
You know what I mean? And then I think it's different.
That thing that's just like filling that void. But your girlfriend can't.
No, she can't
do that.
She can't do that.
So you willing to just be like,
yeah,
pull over that?
Yeah. It happens every day.
Every day.
It really does.
Why though?
I don't know.
I do. Because it really depends on where you are in your life. It really does.
Yeah.
Because we go through stages in our life. We think about it, because there's some women that really do still have girlfriends since elementary school that they are still going hard for, and they're still a good sister friends. And then there's some girlfriends that just fall off through the stages of their life based off of seasons. They just aren't growing, and the person is just not where they are.
That
sounds
like a relationship with a man to me.
Not necessarily, because they not fighting for the girlfriend the way they fighting for this man to pull him along even through the trenches.
Some people are.
Okay, that's
Some
true.
people are out here really sticking with these men through their, their lows and their highs. So, I mean, that's why I really equate the relationships to being almost very,
similar, but very far apart. Because if your man, because if your man say, look, it's between her and me, who you gonna choose? Who you gonna choose? He get down on one knee and say, baby, will you marry me? Will you spend your life with me? You say yes. And then like y'all go back in the back room and he like, yo, that girlfriend of yours, she ain't good for you. Y'all been friends since elementary. Y'all been friends since middle school.
Yeah.
College. Y'all done went through the trenches of life together.
They gonna cut that friend. They gonna cut that
friend. You think so? Dang. Why?
I think I think it has everything to do with, sex, and how that sometimes, can just be
the powering factor.
I mean, it don't necessarily all boil down to sex, but I feel like sex could be a reason why.
Yeah, but what if you're not having sex and you just desire to have a mate?
Just a desire to have a mate and whatever it is that he's providing you. It goes back to what I initially said. Like, I feel like what we receive and get and our desires and want from a man is different than our desires and want from just a girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean,
or a friend.
To go back, I learned how to be a good friend through our relationship.
Yeah. Because
Dad had always, and my father, he is like the man. Shout out Carlton. Because he has really instilled in us some real major principles that we really did not appreciate until we got older, really. But he always says, your sister is always going to be your friend. Now, let me tell y'all, Chanel and I get on each other's everlasting nerves. And y'all may see the other side of this, but we get on each other's nerves. And our lives are so much alike, but we're so different. And clearly she's married and I'm single and I'm not married yet. But there's some things that I don't understand. And she always kind of brings me back and be like, I'm a mother and I'm a wife. And you don't understand. And I'm like, I don't get this and that. And I'm single and I'm like, pop, like, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, this is how this rolls. This is this. And she's like, but I need. And then not just outside of that. But no, just outside of that. Just understanding where she is in her life and how while we're still similar, we're very much different, and being able to understand her place in her life. And that also goes with a good girlfriend. And so this has taught me, because a girlfriend had this, because I don't have a choice because she's my sister, But even still, understanding that relationship as a girlfriend, if I had a girlfriend who which I do, have girlfriends that are married, and they're going through these things, how insensitive that I may be as a single woman and understanding where she is in her life. Would I be more compassionate if this was a dude that had a son or a daughter or just a child, period, and be like, you know, he's telling me I gotta do XYZ with my child and how the pressures of that relationship, would I be willing as much as I am for this dude to compromise certain things because he has a child and he has to do?
It's a hard no. I don't believe so.
You would just cut the dude off, or you would cut the girl off?
No, what I'm saying is I really feel like we don't treat the relationships the same.
That we don't.
It's a hard no for me. Like, I don't think that we fight for our friends and our relationships with them. If something goes left or wrong, like we would try to come back 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 times. Yeah, with somebody that we really want to be with. Like, that's really what it comes down to.
It does.
I don't know if that is there.
But why don't we?
I don't know, Shaw. I don't even know. I know for me, the friends that I do have at this stage in my life is a handful. And it's a handful for a reason.
Absolutely.
Because those are the friends that I know that will choose me, will fight for me. You know what I mean? Not that I have to be competing with their man, but I know at the end of the day that they're going to be a friend to me and I'm going to be a friend to them. I know that they love me and I love them. You know, now I have not always had those type of friends throughout my life, but at this stage, that's where I'm at. And I think that's what everybody needs to try to, you know, build their tribe around. And those principles, you know, because you don't want to just be discarded, you know, and then if it comes to a point to where you see that a friend is not, you know, being a friend like you need them to be, you know, then you have to assess the situation. And that might mean, you know, letting them go. Because it's too much work.
Yeah.
You know?
And so either way, man or woman, man or child, I think you got to let it go. I don't think it should be a difference.
It shouldn't be a difference.
It should not, but it is.
Yeah.
And I think you should assess it.
Yeah, you're going to have to. You're going to have to. All right, y'all. Listen. Another topic.
Another day.
Another day. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you guys are going through this, have been through it, and have some suggestions or advice, or even have any comments on what we've said today. Let us know. DM us at the_bougie_Betty, the_bougie_Betty at Instagram, and let us know
what we're fighting for.
What you think. We all were fighting for, okay? All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. We love you, and we will see you next time on Your Good Girlfriends.